Cancer. I am the soul pool, you are the soul pool, we are the soul pool, together as a collective. Without you this doesn't work. So, the week commencing the 13th of December 2021. This is our read, because you know I'm a Cancer as well. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, whatever bit it is you're looking at. And it's Welcome Home. Astral DJ's playing Welcome Home. I know it because my mum used to love it. So it's Welcome Home. So maybe we're welcoming somebody home. Peters and Lee. So the name Peter and Lee could be important. And I remember that he was blind. So that may be something. Someone's blind to something. Either in reality or psychologically blind to something. Got an itchy left ear already. There's a lot of love coming from Spirit. Welcome home. Welcome. Come on in and close the door. So let's hope it's a good homecoming for whoever it is. That's what we want, a homecoming. Well, that's what the Spirit wants, a homecoming. Sometimes it's rhetorical, like just coming home to yourself. And this seems to be the popular spot for everybody. So it's early on in the week. I'm going to have a look at the astrology, see what's going on, because I know there is something going on. We've got the solstice on the 21st, but that's not it. So check yourselves, girls, because remember, when it's in the reverse, even though it's a neutral card and it's our card, it is about the breasts and the womb, and it's negative energy. It's car crashes. So anybody who's lost anybody, it could be a message from them in a car accident. There's problems with a vehicle. Give yourself plenty of time for delays if you're travelling, and make sure you've got clothing for all different types of weather, because this is when things go wrong. Mechanical, speeding fines, parking tickets, etc. It's also about letting go of control issues. If you're trying to control others, that's not the right thing to do, is it? There's been a massive disappointment, and it's looking straight at us. Somebody may be disappointed in us. Well, I'm used to that. I'm the black sheep of the family, so that's not new. Or there's been a massive disappointment that we're dwelling on in the past. And because of that, we don't see how beautiful the future could be. Don't dwell on the past. Don't cry over spilt milk. There's nothing you can do about it. It's time to just look forwards. 5 months you may be looking back on the past. Then there's some sort of communication, a passionate communication. Spirit is saying, be ready for anything. You haven't planned for this, whatever it is, but there is communication. Something that you put into motion, like a business or study or even a romance sometimes, but it's usually about finances and career, hasn't paid off as you'd expected it to yet. And it doesn't look like it's going to. So if you're expecting something to pay off in a big way, it's not going to happen. Kristen, I know for you, I think you've done the foundations, haven't you? Just check around it, make sure nothing's looking like it's cracked or anything, because there's something about foundations here, but it is stability within the home and security and finances as well. So it could be just that. Maybe finances are a bit tight for everybody, but the foundations of something aren't strong enough. So there can't be a new beginning. You can't take action yet, maybe because of the weather, maybe because of vehicles, maybe because There's no way of getting something you need because of the deliveries. But you're coming home, and that goes with the song. You're almost home, you're on the last stretch. Welcome home, they said, didn't they? So you can release that heavy burden you've been carrying for a very long time, very soon. Because Spirit are giving you a new home, a new life, a new job, a new career. Whatever it is, you walk through that doorway because it will pay off within a year. So something maybe didn't pay off as you'd like, but that was because you needed to make space for whatever this is. It could be a proposal for some, it could be a new home, it could be a new job, it could be a new business. But for me, it's looking like romance, a proposal, a gift from someone who loves you just as much as you love them. It's equal reciprocity. Some bond is being made here between you and someone else, and there's gifts arriving. Absolutely beautiful. Somebody may be announcing their engagement or marriage very soon, this week. Beautiful energy. But we are in the negative, so don't try and control this, whatever it is. Don't try and take over, stand back, even if you're excited about this. Just don't try and take over or take control of this. Go with the flow, release the burden. Yeah, an end of a chapter. There is a delay, but this chapter is ending. We're ending the misery of the past and going forward, probably travelling somewhere beautiful, and it brings a chapter to an end in a good way. Travel to the object of your desire, be they persons, things or events. There was competition. 2 5s mean there was changes, and there wasn't pleasant changes. Arguments. Mountains made out of molehills. But somebody's returning. It could be a child coming home for Christmas. It's fond memories of Christmas. Something comes back from the past and it's positive. So you're getting a communication, possibly from the kids that they're coming home. However, this may confuse you because maybe they've had you torn between 2 things, confused, not knowing where you stand about Christmas. So you're not prepared and the foundations aren't set in and you're not got everything ready. Maybe it's been 3 years since you've seen them, you didn't expect to see them. Either way, somebody's confused and they're trying to split themselves in half, being in more than one place at once. Maybe you've made plans to go out with friends and the kids say, oh, we're coming out for Christmas, and now you've got to be in 2 places at once. Whatever it is, there's a confusion. The full moon, I can't remember whether it is, but it's soon. The 18th as well is mentioned. Negative energy. It's not very wise decision. Path of blood and tears, but don't do what you feel you ought to do. Do what you want to do. Because either way, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, love has left the building because somebody didn't take action. So I think that's the past. That's what you brought to a close. Somebody didn't take action. So somebody walked away. And now it's all being swept under the carpet and everybody's pretending it's not happened, and it could be as bad as lies, deceit and theft. Somebody's keeping things really close to the chest as to why maybe they're coming home. But there is unconditional love here. There's no 2 ways about it. You love something or someone, or you're finally learning to love yourself. Not in an egotistical way, just in a caring, sharing, loving way. And somebody doesn't like it because they want to win and they've lost. So 3 5s, massive changes. Somebody is coming back because they don't like the fact that you're happy. And it's going to be a nightmare. Maybe a nightmare Christmas for all people because somebody's stirring the pot. Oh dear. But it is still good because these are just clarifiers. And what's happened is somebody's caused a big argument. So somebody's decided, right then, I'll go to my mum's for Christmas or I'll go to my dad's for Christmas. That'll sort that out. Whatever. Anyway. The 21 is positive. The 18's like bookends, either end. You're very confused about this because it wasn't the plan. So the 18 is negative energy still. It's not clear as to why. Possibly it's because they're bored. And you don't want to accept their excuses, really. Somebody's trying to exploit you and use you financially or otherwise, emotionally maybe. And I've been doing for quite some time. Oh, you see, some of them are going to have a row with a partner or a friend. There's a split. Somebody's ending a marriage or falling out with a friend. Deciding that they're going to rebel and do things differently. And it could be as late as the eve of Christmas Eve, so the 23rd. The 23rd or the 5th, Taurus energy, somebody's not speaking the truth. Somebody's certainly not speaking the truth about financial matters. Oh, and there's the fire sign energy. Lack of commitment, do things without thinking, treat the house like an hotel. It's the fox in the hen house. They do as they like. Younger fire sign energy, no commitment. But it's up to you. You got to take the risk. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Whatever it is you want to do. We're ending one chapter and beginning a new one. Somebody is taking a risk. And that's brilliant. Those born on the 22nd, living or past. Date for your diary and address. Massively important in a positive way. So the 21st and the 22nd is beautiful. As is the 14th, which is Tuesday, I believe. Because balance returns to your life. There's probably 2 fire signs, 2 people born 1965 plus or minus 12 February to February, or 2 people born 1988 plus or minus 12 February to February, or one of each, one in 88, one in 65. It's the year of the snake or the dragon or the fire sign. It's Sagittarius energy, and the 14th is positive. You've learnt your lessons, you come out strong on the other side, and things are going to balance out now. And then you will have your success. Abundance, success, and ecstasy. Because somebody is coming that loves you unconditionally. Water sign energy, or someone that just loves you. Could be a water sign child. It's beautiful energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or just an offer of love. It's not commitment. It's not marriage yet, but it's early stages and it looks good. So you've got to take that risk and just see where it goes. Ending one chapter, beginning a new one. Yeah, something's dead and buried, or there may be a passing. But come Christmas, there's always remembrance of a passing, isn't there? It was inevitable. It was a smoking gun. There's nothing we can do about it. If it's just a long-standing problem, we've got to lay it to rest. If it's a person, we've got to grieve. There is somebody very depressed about this ending. So you've got to look to your family and friends and make sure that they're okay, especially if they've only just lost a loved one, because that could be a hard Christmas for them. So someone may be threatening suicide to keep you emotionally blackmailed, staying in a situation. That won't work, and that won't do. Get them the help they need, and then you must walk away because you're not helping. Tough love is needed. A female could be becoming a single mother because of this situation. So it could be a marriage breakup. An elderly female is possibly feeling isolated, but she's a positive energy on the situation, and that could be us. If you're you're the oldest one in the family, then it could be you. There's disloyalty and unfaithfulness, and those born 1970 plus or minus 12, February to February may be involved. Spying, somebody spying and lying, keeping an eye on you, and money will be tight. Or somebody's not paying a bill that they should have done. And a gentleman you once held in high standing, because this is gender specific. It could be a politician, it could be a boss, it could be a father figure, it could be any important male in your life, will come down in your estimation. They're a negative energy and they may leave your life. The fighting is over. Someone in uniform may also be leaving. So someone's leaving, but somebody's coming home to a welcome home, and that's what Spirit are telling us. But you've got to believe. Pisces energy, karmic situations, secrets and hidden enemies. So there's stuff going on this Christmas, and it is the 24th, so perhaps Christmas Eve, 23rd and the 24th are mentioned. I must be a mermaid because I have no fear of depth and a great fear of shallow living. Somebody is afraid of shallow living. Anis and the number 4 is important. Somebody's heart is imprisoned. In faith and trust we must surrender to what is. The double fish is ruled by Neptune, the god of waters. Oceans and seas. It is a mutable sign, and its home is the 12th house of self-undoing. It is mysterious and unfathomable, but can indicate a life that needs clarifying as well as definition. Well, there's the lack of clarity, and we need something clarifying. We need to be clear about it. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and symbolises the old souls, one who has passed through many lives, has picked up much here and there, and experienced almost everything along the way, but sometimes they don't process things well and tend to repeat their mistakes. So you've learned this lesson. You don't need to relearn this lesson. Pisces have trouble maintaining boundaries and sometimes even feel half erased. If you have ever observed a Pisces, you may notice that they don't appear as intelligent as they really are. You could even call them gullible or vague until they start cranking out works of genius. And they can be so physically tuned in it'll knock your socks off. Psychically tuned in, I always read that wrong, sorry. Pisces is a beautiful sign with much compassion, denoting the true vision that link up with the collective. Those ruled by this sign know much, know it all deep down, but have trouble sorting matters out. They are able to sense deeply, except for certain things extremely bad for them, which turn into mishaps and disasters. But through it all, Pisces does survive, and so will you. Dreamers, artists, composers, poets, mystics, victims, and prisoners all fall under the rulership of this water sign. There is little doubt that higher consciousness falls under the domain of Pisces. In a superficial way, it looks as if the world is their oyster, with their talent, beauty, and sensitivity, and a connectedness with the unknown. Pisces sees the best and is an idealist, but the flip side of this is cynicism, which can come in waves. So dreams will lead you now, but clear thinking is a must. You may be extra sensitive to beauty currently. Poetry courses through you, and you feel connected to the source. You like the idea of surrendering to what is. Compassion flows. Take advantage of inspiration and channel it into the creative projects. If you have a notion or a dream, it's time to swim to it. Capture that wave. A great idea from the past may re-emerge. What did I say? Something is returning from the past and it's positive. And you may want to return and finish it, but you will want to tackle this idea soon while you're inspired, or the entire matter could disappear into the rushes of the deep. About your question, you may be confused, well, yeah, definitely, by the reactions of others, or simply unable to get the correct answers. Pisces can be like the pristine sea or the muck of a swamp, so getting lost is a danger. Make sure you're not being pulled under by other people's complications. It's even possible that you have somebody in your life who saps you. Usually this is not intentional, but because of some delusional way of thinking of you in the world. This will cloud the issue. Don't fall into the same confusion. Make sure you are protected and have the proper boundaries in place. You may have physical symptoms but find no reason for them. Be careful when this card comes up, especially in regards to medicines or drugs, because allergies and strange reactions to medication may develop. When the Pisces card is involved, circumstances may be covert or obscured from your view. So pay attention to your dreams, your visions, and surrender. There may be a certain amount of paranoia and confusion, a sense of being erased or having fragile boundaries, sensitivity and compassion. So we know we're moody, don't we? So don't let it get it to cover us. Linking up with the collective, wanting to merge, knowing all but having trouble sorting it out, trouble getting on track, floating and feeling adrift. There may be a certain amount of sleaze factor in this, self-undoing, getting caught up with the wrong crowd or being caught in a snare, seeing enemies as friends or friends as enemies, sensing much except the really bad stuff, obvious to others. So being gullible is a problem. Lacking critical thought, joining the crowd when it's not a good idea, seeing the best, then turning cynical. Candles, perfumes and intoxicating smells, oils, art, painting, music and poetry. Voice of the universe, consciousness, the spirit world, speaking to the dead, being sucked in by old religions or beliefs, interest in God or spirituality of all kind, toxins, drugs, allergic responses. So remember that not everybody that is in the spiritual community can be trusted. I'm just saying. So don't let yourself get sidetracked by people who say they're spiritual, in speech marks, that really aren't nice people. So avoid the 12. It's important. But be compassionate. Know that you are one with the universe. There may be art, the unconsciousness, music, water, and be careful you're not the victim of circumstance. Don't say yes if you really mean no. Do what's best for you, not what's best for other people. I don't care who's coming home. You don't have to dance around them and get the best pottery out and all that. Just you do you, and they'll have to fit in with you. Especially if it's last minute. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So stay positive. If your expectations are positive, that's what you'll receive. It is 25, which is the Chariot. So we know we're on the right track. When the eyes of beauty shows up as your ally, they require you to examine your perception, the way you look at things, how you see things. Do you see the world as perfect and beautiful? Or can you retrace your steps from the past to now and see the perfection in the way reality is being created? Because even with the ups and downs, if you're finally in a place of peace, you can look back and think, well, that what happens, and we've just got to get over it. And now I think I can see the wood for the trees. So it's all about your perception. Truly, perception is everything. A glass half empty is the same as a glass half full, yet so different according to how you perceive it. And we know, don't we, that our glass is refillable by us. The eyes of beauty remind you that if you move forward with conviction, so with courage and believing in yourself, no fear, all is well now and always will be. You will see true prosperity as a result of your faith. Expect to see beauty and you will attract your highest good. So don't look for the negative, look for the positive. It's really important. Everything is a blessing or a lesson. So look at it as positive. I know we've had a rough ride, but we can handle it. That's why they give us it. They only give it to the ones that can take it. And there it is, the crumbling, equal to the tower. So are you ready for this? Don't look at the storm and those gates that dominate the picture. Look through into the sunshine, the light that Spirit are giving you. What are you clinging on to? There is a shift happening right now where anything inauthentic can no longer survive. Relationships, jobs, social structures, anything built on shaky ground is destined to tumble. What did I say? If it's not built on firm foundations, it will collapse. So look at the beauty. It is happening to bring you back home. Oh, full circle, Spirit, thank you. Welcome home. That's what Spirit is saying. It's bringing you back home to who you truly are, both individually and to society as a whole, so you can live a life that is in alignment with who you truly are. When you're in the thick of it, it can feel like a personal attack from the universe. Have faith, my child, because this difficult time will be your defining moment and make you stronger and more courageous than you ever knew possible. You will be reborn in the fire. You are being called to surrender, to stop trying to hold it all together, to loosen your grip, to let the crumbling occur. It will be difficult at first, but in the end, the sooner you let go, the sooner the rebirth will occur. What are you trying to hold together? What are you doing your best to avoid? How are you trying to pretend that everything is okay? Wow. You have what it takes to allow what is falling away to tumble and fall. And once that tower has crumbled, you will be able to rebuild your home on solid ground with mighty foundations and a view that is so magnificent that it will take your breath away each new morning. Kali, the goddess of destruction, and the Black Madonna are with you now. So lay it all on their altar because they can hold it all for you. What are you clinging to for fear that nothing else will take its place? Feel that fear, let go, and see where Spirit takes you. An absolutely beautiful read. Thanks for listening. Bye.